Alright guys, so we're back at Yoda Mafia's shop. We're starting the build officially on the 4th Gen 4Runner, starting with some suspension. So Breland is going to talk about that real quick. We're starting to take off the front suspension and everything right now, so we're doing a full kit, front and rears with SPC upper control arms, but let's go ahead and talk about these real quick.
What's up guys, it's Breland with Yoda Mafia. So I just want to talk a little bit about the suspension that we're putting on. This is our Bilstein 5100s with our Old Man Emu coil. Since we are putting bumpers and a rigged ultra swing on the rear of that 4Runner, it is going to add about 120 to 150 pounds on the front and the rear. You know, plus with the fridge, the roof rack, and the tent, we want to make sure that the suspension can, you know, hold up and be good with all that weight. So we've got our Old Man Emu heavy duty rear coils. And then we're using Old Man Emu 886 heavy duty front coils as well on the rear of the Bilstiens. Now the beauty of this kit is that most of the time when you think of a Bilstein 5100, you think of using a stock coil, which would mean that you would move this perch up and you'd preload the coil to achieve that lift. However, that's not what we're going to do. So with using these bigger heavy duty coils, we're going to leave the notch on the 0 setting. So we're not preloading any coils. We still have our full amount of down travel. It's going to ride really nice, be reliable, and last a long time. So this 4th Gen 4Runner came factory with X-rays suspension. So with X-rays, it means that it's like a hydraulic type suspension. So all of your shocks are connected via hydraulic lines. So if the 4Runner leans this way, it's going to put more fluid to the passenger side, or lean that way, vice versa. A great idea. But after they get old and worn out, it's a pain because it starts getting bad. It starts to like sway a lot, and it's really expensive to replace. Not to worry though, any shocks will fit in here. You can see that it's got this hydraulic line here. All we're gonna do, just like normal, we're gonna pop this line off. It's gonna leak a little bit, and then we're gonna pull the shock out, and we can either, you know, tuck these lines up, or we can tear out the whole system.
Alright, so we're over here on the passenger side. We're going to show you, it's pretty much the same as the driver's side. We had already taken off the front sway bar just to get some extra room up in here.
First step, we're going to take this little pin off right here.
A little cotter pin.
Yeah. I'll wrench this off.
Once that cotter pin's out, guys, it's a 19-inch bolt right there.
Sometimes I like to tighten it before I loosen it.
See? It makes it a lot easier.
Makes it a lot easier. Now we're not going to take the nut all the way off.
So you're not going to take the nut all the way off? Why?
Yeah, because we're going to hit the spindle to separate the ball joint from the spindle.
Okay. So now we're taking off the brake lines because your whole disc and everything on the lower control arm is going to drop down.
Yeah.
And you don't want to bust the brake line.
For sure. Because there's going to be some tension on it, and just easy. It's real easy just to take the bracket off.
Now you guys can see we're all free with the brake
free
line.
Here, yep. Now, what you want to do is you want to hit this hard side, this flat side of the pinion. See it pop off like that.
Do you need me to hold the... Oh,
okay. Good.
So that's why we leave that bolt up in there.
Yeah, so you leave the nut on
the bowl.
One reason, so this doesn't fall. Another, you know, if you mess with your hammer, you can mess your threads up, and then now you got to mess with your ball joint, and that's just a bunch of hassle that you don't want to deal with.
Now we're taking off the nuts on top.
2 in front, 1 in the back.
Yeah. And you're not going to take the one off in the center because that will shoot your spring up through your fender well. So we took off the 3 nuts up here. Now the last one that's left is down here, just holding the shock strut into the lower control arm. And it's out. All right, and then for the rear suspension, it's just going to be this nut that was up here, this bolt that's down here.
Like butter, Wyatt? Like, what if they were all like this? Oh my God. I got this camera now. Alright. Holy crap, we're gonna...
That's it?
That's it.
Jeez, dude.
Why? What is it?
Nothing,
It's
man.
literally the easiest. It's crazy. Never anything I've ever done.
Why is that?
I'm so excited. Alright. Pull it down some more.
Okay.
We have to do these all day?
Huh?
Yes, you do these all day?
Oh, I do it all day. If it was that easy every time.
Alright, so since we're back here anyways, and this thing is going to have a lot of travel, we're actually going to replace the brake line. So Yoda Mafia, they make them in-house. So we'll show you guys that real quick, and then we'll be putting their brake lines onto the 4Runner as well. So that's just like a mega crimper?
Yeah. Dude.
That's crazy.
Look, you see the number on there?
Yeah.
M046? That die stamps in M046.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so pretty much what we're doing is we're gonna tighten these things down here. So this end right here is a blank. It doesn't shoot any fluid. This one's what shoots the fluid in. And pretty much it holds pressure in here like this. Put that over there. And we're gonna pump it up to 3,000 PSI for 15 seconds, start our timer. And usually it'll bleed down to about 2,800 because there's already air inside the lines. So you just want to make sure there's no oil shooting out from right here, and we're good to go. So these brake lines are tested and they're ready.
So that machine right there, it tests the pressure of the brake lines that we just built. But literally just right here on this bench, we just made 19-inch brake lines for this 4Runner, just because with the new suspension in the rear end, it's going to be dropping down a little bit too much to where it's going to extend the stock brake lines pretty much to their capacity, and you don't want to bust a brake line on a trail or anything. So within what, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, we've made brake lines that are available on their website. So they're certified and everything. They're good to go. We're going to put them on the 4Runner now. Double checking those brake lines. Yeah, barely, even with you just doing that right there. Man, so driving it for the first time feels nice and solid, very solid, and not too stiff either. So moving the steering wheel around, not really rolling that much, very snappy still. And then when braking, it's like hardly any brake dive, which 4Runners are super notorious for. But the wheels and tires weren't here yet, or the upper control arms. So we were gonna put SPC upper control arms on it. Guys, I know there's crazier lifts and stuff that you can do for these things, but this was just like a very friendly budget build vehicle, I guess, is what we're trying to do with this thing. So very budget friendly. We were thinking like Kings or Icons. But yeah, the lead time on that stuff, it's not the best. And this stuff was in stock. The upper control arm should be here Wednesday, and then we'll put those on. Tires should be coming in later. We're gonna be going with some VTX wheels, thinking some gunmetal ones for this. It's gonna look absolutely killer. But just going over this little dirt bumps and stuff. I mean, these are heavier duty springs, but once we put the bumper and everything on this, the rooftop tent, roof rack, rear tire swing thingamajiggy, awning, like there's gonna be some weight in this. The fridge in the back, there's gonna be some weight on this vehicle. So the springs right now feel a little, like they feel great just driving, but they're definitely going to feel a little more plush with some weight in this vehicle. Yeah, way good. Feels solid, super solid. All right, now we gotta do some Instagram photos, right? So there it is, guys, full Bilstein lift on the 4Runner. I will leave a link to everything on Yoda Mafia's site that we did to this down in the description for you all, but it's gonna look killer, like I said, with some VTX wheels. Thinking about going 9-inch wide with them, some 33-inch tires with it. It's gonna look awesome, guys. If you guys aren't subscribed, definitely do. Next build video should be on Yoda Mafia's channel. Like I said, we're bouncing back and forth with the project of this thing, and then actually getting to, you know, use it off-road. It's gonna be awesome. So if you guys aren't subscribed, definitely make sure you do. Returning subscribers, as always, I appreciate you guys' support, and I will catch you in the next video. All right, see you later.